Welcome back, everybody, and this is the Bond Renegade, and this is my second video. In my first video, I tried to identify a problem that I've noticed in the bond market, and that's really with how retail investors access the market and the quality of your execution or the quality of the pricing that you receive in comparison to the rest of the market. It's really quite poor. I hope that some of the examples I gave you were eye-opening. And if I've caught your attention, then hopefully you made it to this second video where I'm actually going to show you some things, as promised. Some tips to better understanding bond market pricing and really kind of equipping yourself to better be involved with this particular market. So without further ado, let me show you a tool that's been available to individual investors for a while now. Let me open this. It's called investinginbonds.com. So, investinginbonds.com previously was a website where retail or individual investors would go to look at post-trade pricing. So, you'd see price reports for securities after the fact. As dealers, we're required to report the trade in a timely manner to MSRB. So what happens is after a trade is executed within a certain amount of time, we enter the data into a computer, and that data is recorded and it feeds to a system like SIFMA has here, and it prints the report for you to see. This gives you what's supposed to give you transparency and to help you make better purchasing decisions. But after the fact, it kind of leaves you a little lost, maybe. So you get a report on whether you bought good or you bought bad, basically. Something interesting happened last month. So previously you'd come here, you'd click on this link, and you would get pricing for basically any bond that you wanted, with the exception of treasuries and unlisted bonds. But if it's a corporate, muni, or an agency, you could go to this site and you can get a price report. On October 1st, this site stopped posting trade data to the public. So now they have included some links to two separate sites depending upon what you want to look up. If it's a corporate or a government agency, you'd go to FINRA, their market data center, or if it's a muni, you'll go to MSRB EMA. Most of the examples that I'll give, you'll find will be with municipal securities. So, and I do that for a reason, and it's because the spreads are larger and the commissions are larger. And I think it's probably the corporate bond market's a lot more efficient than the municipal bond market is. And I think it's a greater help to you guys to first understand how you can kind of skinny up your muni spreads and get stop paying exorbitant commissions if you are. If you're not, then this will just confirm that for you. So let's go to MSRB EMA and look at a bond. So your broker's showing you a bond and you want to check it. It's a muni, so you come to this site. If it's a corporate, you go to FINRA. And what do? They've just redesigned this whole site, so it's a little new for me too. Okay, enter your CUSIP. CUSIP I'm going to use is a fairly recent new issue. This printed last month, and it's a university bond. It's an Alabama University bond, and its CUSIP is 914026 November Bravo 1. I spoke on this, like I said, to a couple of people last month. There was an advisor down in Alabama I was talking to, and he was interested in it, so we looked it up together. This is how you might look up a bond and learn about it. So the official statement and all its disclosures are right here. If you've got a couple of hours, you can page through this official statement. I often do so with some of my light reading, just so that I understand some of the caveats and that may be present in a bond. but that's obviously up to you how deep you want to get into the bond. I recommend that you do read them before you buy them, especially if you're making any significant investment in that particular bond. So here we have the details. Board of Trustees, University of Alabama, General Revenue, University of Alabama, Series 2012A, tax exempt, non-AMT, Alabama. Gives you the QSIP, dated date, which is the first settlement date, maturity date, final maturity, and the interest rate. It's a pretty small issue, $12,645,000, and its initial offering price, 98.854. We click on here to see trade activity. And so here we see customer buys. This means a customer bought this bond for that price, and they bought this many. And it tells you when and what time. It does not tell you from where, which is interesting. So if you saw that price and you wanted to purchase bonds at that price, you would have to know this dealer. And for many of you, that just won't be an option. So let's look at what happens at the very beginning of one of these trades, or when these first print. Go to last. So here's how to break down a new issue. Okay, if you recall, the principal amount of this QSIP, of this bond at issuance, was $12,645,000 at a 3.25% interest rate. It's this bond, and here's the initial offering price, 98.854. Well, this is the first trade that this QSIP had ever traded. We see it's an interdealer trade for the entire amount of the issuance. So all of this bond went to one dealer, and the dealer would be the underwriter. That information is available in that official statement. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I know who it is, but if you want to know who it was, you can just look at the bank, look at the official statement. So you'll see a different pricing here. You might scratch your head and say, wait a minute, this says 96.6040, but up here it tells you that the initial offering price is 98.854. What is the deal? The deal is that this interdealer trade was the initial purchase of this security into the underwriter's coffers, or their account, if you will. So the entire issue went to one underwriter at this price, and they're entitled to an underwriting discount. So it means that they get to buy the bond at a discount, and they're going to distribute it through their channels and make money. So the retail initial offer price is 98.854. Okay, and here we see immediately that these guys have orders for these bonds. Now, the way that you buy bonds in a new issue is a little different than you buy bonds in the secondary. The new issue is a process. There is a lottery type of system in place, and typically retail investors can get into a new issue before institutions. So you'll have a retail order period that may be before the institutional order period, so that if there's retail appetite, so if retail investors are interested in the piece and they want to get involved, they can simply sign up and subscribe in the new issue through their custodian, or through their advisor would do it through their custodian, and their broker would do it through their broker dealer. And hopefully you get filled if you want in the issue, and if you don't, then hopefully you wouldn't subscribe. But we see that the price stays steady at 98.854, and there is an off print here, 96.7710. The underwriter is allowed to move this price and to give discounts for certain reasons, or maybe even arbitrarily at its discretion. This looks like it might have been a friend and family trade, and they're allowed to do that. Don't